Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nusaibah bintu Ahmad Zulkifli. My ID number is 2022736741. I am from ED242 and in this video I would like to share about being a good communicator as a teacher in the classroom. So let's start about what is a communication. Communication is a process that involves sending and receiving messages through the verbal and non-verbal methods. Good communication skills also enable teachers to build strong relationship with students and parents. Communicating effectively with students create a positive learning environment and foster students to success. Communication also can help us to build relationship by allowing us to share our experience, needs, and help us to connect to others. It's the essence of life, allowing us to express feelings based on information and share our thoughts. So, why communication is important in the classroom? As an educator, communication skills are important requirement of our job. Effective communication benefit to everyone. It helps improve our relationship, increase understanding, and more positive interaction. So, the first point is good communication skills keeps students in control. Unlike other professionals like doctor, pilot, and engineer, teachers are not in control of their environment. It is not their job to manage the everyday operation of a classroom. However, in today's fast-paced society, teachers must exhibit leadership skills and positive behavior to ensure that students stay focused and have a positive relationship with teacher and school. So the second one, improve our student learnings. Students need to be able to learn in classroom setting if they are going to complete their education and then enter the workforce. On the flip side, students need to be able to understand and interact positively with teachers if they want an education that will help them reach their educational career and life goals. So the third one is decrease teacher turnover. Teachers who exhibit poor communication skills may not last long in classroom job due to student or parent complaint or teacher resignation due to stress, burnout, or other issues related to the job. The fourth is improve parent-teacher interaction. By not communicating with parents or the school, teachers can put themselves in a position to be continually picked on or reprimanded for things that other parents or teachers find offensive. Communication is a two-way process and mutual respect is the key to any good relationship. So the fifth is help teachers spot the problems. By identifying potential problem with a student early, the teacher can adjust their plans accordingly to help the student reach their various educational goals. For example, suppose a student is sleeping in school or exhibiting behavior outside the expected norm. In that case, an observant teacher can explore ways to adjust the class schedule, curriculum, and other activities to help support the student needs in school. So the last one is help in dealing with special needs children. Basic communication skill will help teachers respond appropriately when their special needs children ask for extra attention or needs an emotional release for some type of stressor in their day. Skills such as patience and the ability to listen to what the children is trying to express or needing help we can make all the difference in a teacher's ability to support the students' needs. There are 3 points of how to be a good communicator in the classroom. First is speaking skill, second is listening skill, and third is non-verbal communication. So what is speaking skill? Speaking allows us to communicate with others and express our thoughts and feelings. Speaking skill can be separated into formal and informal speaking skill, and we use both types in a variety of contexts throughout life. So how to do speaking skill? So the first one is praise a good word and offer constructive feedback when a student does a poor word such as good job or you are doing great. It can help a student build their confidence and give them the support. So the second one, be observant of how a student normally behave in the classroom and be alert if any behavior of student seems unusual.
I love having you in my class. I think you're very funny.
Yes.
I think you're amazing.
Yes.
I think you are brilliant.
Yes.
I think everyone in here loves you.
Yes.
Great job. Because you're the greatest teacher ever. Thank you. You're a great student.
Next is listening skill. The listening component of communication should not be overlooked. Practicing good listening in the classroom can benefit you in two ways. Firstly, you will be a model for your students who will improve their own listening skill and thus retain listen better. Secondly, by using active listening, you can correct misunderstanding and extend listening, resulting in better education for your student. So, active listening involves listening carefully to what our students say, checking that you have understood them correctly. For example, repeating back to them what you think they have said, holding on their ideas, and challenging or questioning them. It is the best approach to use foster understanding in the classroom and is an excellent example of effective communication.
With the first quote, what was your conversation like with your partner? Austin, we'll start with you.
Like the first one is kind of like deeper than the other one. It's saying that's like coming from the heart, so it like affects, and it's like saying more than the other one.
Okay. Can you continue that conversation with your peers for me, Austin?
Does anyone have any other idea? Keegan?
I was thinking as in like your heart controls your body, so you can have words control you too. As in you can use so powerful words that it almost like controls your body. Like it can control someone else's like emotions.
Interesting.
Does anyone else have another thought? Maddie?
I agree with Keegan because the heart is very powerful, and just like words can describe anything powerful, and they can describe things in a more serious way that mean more to us.
Now, I have a question. From what I'm hearing so far, I'm getting the sense that you feel this first quote has a positive view of language. Yes. I'm getting that sense from your conversations. Can we switch to the second quote? I want to hear your thoughts now on that second quote in relation to language. What is this person trying to tell us about language? Tyler, can you start our conversation?
How you talk, if it's corrupting it, it's kind of like stopping you from breathing. Because, like, then you can't really communicate with others.
Okay. Can you continue the
Does
conversation?
anybody else have another thought? Juliet?
In the second quote, I was thinking that corrupts means like they stump you, so you can't use words in the language that you want to speak. So it's kind of hard for you to say what you want to say if it corrupts your mind. Does anybody have anything else? Lily?
Well, I thought this one was like I felt like this one, like sometimes things slip and you say stuff that you regret, and when that happens, there most likely will be consequences. So that's what I think corrupts means.
Next is nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication is the transmission of message or signal through a nonverbal platform such as eye contact, facial expressions, gesture, posture, use of object, and body language. Nonverbal messages are important because they can be a means for showing affection, expressing emotion, and aid in relationship maintenance and satisfaction. Vocal cues were found to be related to a negative experience, while touch was labeled in a more positive manner. So next, what are the effective methods of a nonverbal communication during teaching? First one is body language. Nonverbal communication is an important part of human interaction. For example, tone, facial expressions, gesture can transfer the pupil attitude and feeling to others, and the action in many cases can be even more effective than verbal message. So the second one is language of space. When we talk with someone, we tend to keep up personal space with him unconsciously. This space depends on culture and position. For example, friends stand closer compared to strangers, right? Language of space can be divided into intimate space, personal space, social space, and public space. So the last one is language of touch. Touch is the first sense of our body that a child learns after birth, and the first experience of his relationship with others arises through touching.
Hand signals that students will let me know what they need. For example, they just hold this up, that means they need to sharpen their pencils. And there's different signals that they need to go, instead of saying out loud, I need to go to the restroom. They just do the restroom sign, and I'll just look at them and acknowledge them, nod my head, and they know to go out the door and just proceed with whatever they have to go do. I think it's a great way for the students to be on task and not disturb other students that are on task. It's especially beneficial when I'm in small groups, working with a small group of students. I don't want everybody shouting out and everything. And one of the times that I like using the nonverbal signals is when I have the answer, instead of everybody going, ooh, ooh, me. This is just wonderful because it just keeps everybody's on the same page, everybody knows what they have to do, and it just controls everything much better. At the beginning of the school year, we just practice what they are. A lot of them are signals that they have been using for several years. I mean, they all know the restroom one, they all know the water one. So we just keep adding to it.
This signal means to go bring water. This signal means that we can get a t-shirt. This signal means that you agree with what the person said. This signal means that I have a question for the answer. This signal means I need to go to the restroom. This signal means I need to sharpen my pencil.
Next is strategy for effective communication in the classroom. So the first point is create a safe learning environment with supportive relationship. Supportive relationship between student and teacher significantly improve class engagement, participation, and achievement. This relationship may even reduce the likelihood of poor school outcome for low-income students. Students feel more comfortable expressing their thoughts and ideas in the class discussion, attempting challenge, and seeking help when needed. A friendly learning environment is created through effective communication, learning students' name, be kind and caring, and having an open door policy for students to discuss their problem. So the second point is body language. Effective communication involves both, which are verbal and non-verbal signals. To convey positive, confident, and engaging body language, make eye contact with students, show support and attentiveness, and motivate them to pay attention. This can be achieved by learning lesson content in advance. When dealing with negative behavior, avoid confrontational behavior by not standing directly above or in front of students and pointing their personal space. Instead of talk quietly about their behavior or speak outside the classroom to avoid drawing too much attention. Next is sense of humor. The use of humor in the classroom has been found to increase learning, self-motivation, and positive relationship between student and teacher. It allows you to establish a relationship with your class and keep them interested in the lessons. For example, you might tell jokes or funny story, give light-hearted personal example, or laugh at students' own jokes. So the next point is technical skill. Using up-to-date teaching aids such as computers, videos, and online resources is another way to keep students engaged and reinforce their understanding. It can also increase their effectiveness of your communication with students with different learning styles who may benefit more from online resources than more old-fashioned ones. So the last point is be clear. Good communication and teaching involve understanding and be understood. To ensure clarity, be ambiguous and adapt your own words to your audience. This can be achieved through the lesson plans, interaction with children, and using appropriate scaffolding. For primary school teacher, closed question, first alternative, and sentence starters are effective for young children. While open-ended questions allow older children to extend their thinking and develop problem-solving skills. Using appropriate scaffolding ensures that students understand the lesson effectively. In conclusion, communication is the key to education. Without effective communication, no teaching or learning could take place. The key to successful communication is creating an interpersonal relationship with your students. Never stop learning about them and always try to meet each individual needs. Foster a positive learning environment in your classroom and strive to treat everyone fairly. Always work on being a great listener and overcome the numerous barriers to becoming an effective communicator. That's all for me. I hope you are enjoying watching my video and can get a knowledge about how to be a good communicator. Thank you.